So today, the Blue Jays win again. 4-1 over the Oakland Athletics and have won 2 straight games and have got back-to-back very good starts from their starters and have gotten some clutch hits, but not home runs. This team confuses me, very much so. However, I don't care. They won tonight. That's what we got to look at. And I'm not going to look at anything else. I'm not even going to say their record. I'm not going to say how many games back they are because it doesn't matter at this point. We just want to win from one night to the next and then eventually see where we are. But I'm not saying this team is going to go on an absolute tear. They've won 2 games. They could lose the next 2 games and be right back where they started. You never really know. But what we saw in this game is that the Blue Jays made Sonny Gray pay for his mistakes. Literally his own mistakes. Now, we get to the second inning, and this is really where all the damage happened. You know, and let's break this whole inning down. You know, just a great job by the Jays. To be honest, in the whole game, a lot of great at-bats. You know, you look at the pitch counts for a lot of their pitchers, they were high. Especially Liam Hendrickson, I think it was the 8th inning or the 7th, I think it was the 8th inning. No. Yeah, it was the 8th inning. No, excuse me, 7th inning. My goodness. I think he had like 39 pitches in 1 inning. What a ridiculous number. Obviously, the Jays couldn't score, but 39 pitches in 1 inning. Great at-bats by the Jays. And just a good thing. But let's move to that second inning where things really happened. Smoke led off the inning with a base hit. Oh, it was on the very first pitch. A get-me-over fastball. Nope, Smoke drills it into right. Leadoff guy on base. Ground ball by Morales. A little dribbler, kind of. We're thinking, oh boy, with 2 slow guys running, this is probably a double play. But Sonny Gray makes some really awkward throw to second. I mean, where that ball was, he should have just given it to first and gone from there. But he decided to try and turn the double play over through second base. Smoke gets the third. Jays have the runners on the corners with nobody out. But we've seen this many times where the Jays don't get a clutch hit, and it's absolutely miserable. But Tulowitzki hits a little dribbler to third base. Smoke is able to come home and score. Tulowitzki gets thrown out. However, the Blue Jays score a run, and it is 1-0. Ezekiel Carrera hits an infield single to shortstop, and Morales ends up at third base. Again, runners on the corners with 1 out. Sonny Gray throws a wild pitch. Ezekiel Carrera moves up. But it wasn't even really a wild pitch. It was kind of a ball dropped by the catcher. But right away, Ezekiel Carrera takes off and gets there without a throw. Second and third with 1 out. Kevin Pillar strikes out. Oh, of course. Rally killer right there. All you got to do is put the ball in play, put the ball on the right side of the infield, or even hit a fly ball, even though it's difficult on Sonny Gray, and you score a run. Pillar strikes out. However, one of the most clutch guys on this team, if not the most clutch guy on this team, except for Devin Travis, God rest him right now, because we miss him. But his replacement, Ryan Goins, with 2 on, second and third, 2 out, puts up a great at-bat against Sonny Gray, and then goes opposite field, down the third base line, past a diving third baseman, and 2-run score. He gets to second. Blue Jays up 3-0. And oh yeah, there was 2 out on that play, and he got a 2-out double with runners in scoring position. Next batter, Jose Bautista. He doubles to the opposite field, gets out of play, round roll double. Ryan Goins scores 4-0 Jays. Another double. Another not home run, RBI. And with runners in scoring position, you get another hit with 2 outs against Sonny Gray. Just beautiful. The Jays were leading 4-0 at that point. Obviously, nothing else happens offensively for the Jays, but they had their big inning. They made Sonny Gray pay for his mental mistake about throwing the ball over to second base. But something I question. Now, it's not a big thing, right? It's just something I'm like, okay, why is this a thing? Sonny Gray gave up 4 runs, correct? None of them were earned because they were on an error. I get that. However, it was his error. You know, it's not like somebody else made the mistake. He made the throw. No chance in heck was, I think it was the shortstop making that catch. He makes the error, and he gives up all the hits. Shouldn't they be earned runs? Well, they're not. It's obviously in the rule book somewhere that it says that they're not earned runs if it's on an error, period. But nonetheless, the Jays score 4 runs in the inning, and who was on the mound for the Jays, let alone Cesar Valdez, a guy we've seen a little bit here and there come out of the bullpen. You know, he threw 4 innings against the Red Sox, did very good job. Pitched against Cleveland a little bit, did a fine job. And he gets to the spot start in this game, and he looks really, really good. He goes 6 innings, giving up 5 hits, gets a couple huge double plays, gets only 1 run was earned, walked 1 guy, and struck out 4. He was very efficient as well. You know, I think he threw like 80-something pitches through 6. He was really, really solid, and he was effective. He was really, really effective and got ground balls when he needed to. The Jays defense did what they had to do, you know, and it was just kind of a really, really good pitching game for him. Also, before I get to the bullpen, the defense was pretty darn good in this game. You know, Jose Bautista, huge play in the 7th inning. They get the leadoff double against Valdez. They pull him for Joe Smith. I think it was Jed Lowry hits a ball to the gap. Jose, right off the crack of the bat, is hoofing it to the gap and makes the stretched out running catch beautiful. He misses that. 1 run scores. Probably a triple from Jed Lowry, and there's still nobody out. He'll probably score. That's a 4-3 game at that point, right? That's crazy. But he makes that catch, and Joe Smith settles in, doesn't let Chris Davis, I think, he doesn't let him score, and keeps it a 4-1 game. And just a great, great job by Joe Smith and the defense in this game. And, you know, let's move. It was great to see Joe Smith come out and get a strikeout, obviously, and have a clean inning of work. Ryan Tepera, our new 8th inning guy, Joe Smith, you know, kind of lost his job because Tepera was doing so well and he was on the DL. But, hey, Joe Smith in the 7th ain't that bad. We have heard some trade interest with the Brewers and Joe Smith, but as of right now, he's a Blue Jay, so let's just focus on that. Tepera, again, gives up a walk, but has a clean inning, doesn't strike out a batter, but doesn't really matter. And Roberto Osuna, obviously, in the 9th inning, I mean, do I really need to say it? Goes an inning, gives up 1 hit in the stupid shift. It probably would have been a ground out if they were playing him straight up. But gets a strikeout, and the ball game is over. His 26th save of the season drops his ERA to 1.96, below 2. Thank you very much. And what a way to end the ball game. We saw before the game, they showed Josh Donaldson, much before the game today, taking ground balls, because he has been making some errors as of late. I think we talked about it in yesterday's video. And you saw him, you know, constantly taking ground balls. And what a nice play to end the ball game. A great kind of diving pick stab, and then fires a gun to first right to Smoke's chest to end the game. Beautiful. Defense was solid. They do not commit an error in this game. They make Sonny Gray and the Oakland A's pay for their mistakes. Bullpen does a great job. Starting pitching does a great job. That's the recipe for a win. We've seen that now. The whole combination of everything working for 2 straight games. Can we continue to see that? Well, that's not up to us. We just got to watch the games and just say, well, let's see what happens. All right? But tomorrow, it is going to be Marco Estrada. Again, looking for a good start out of him. He needs it bad. And Paul Blackburn on the mound for the Oakland Athletics. The Jays can win the series tomorrow. I said in yesterday's video they could have won it today, but I didn't realize it was a 4-game set. So at least you got a split, but forget that garbage. You've won the first 2 games. We don't want a damn split. Like, get that out of here. You know, what we want to see is we want to see at least a series win, but let's start with 1 game at a time. Tomorrow night, 7:07 first pitch, Paul Blackburn, Marco Estrada. If Marco can pitch a good game, that means we saw back-to-back good starts from Lariano and Estrada, and a great spot start from Valdez. Very encouraging signs. Now, I'm not saying this team is going to be a playoff team, but all we can do right now is take it 1 game at a time. And if you win, that's all you can do. And we've seen 2 very good games. Now, I understand Oakland's not the best team in the world, and I get that. But they're an MLB ball team. You got to beat them. You got to play them. And the Jays, the first 2 games of the series, have played well, and they've beat them. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed this game, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below. What was your impressions on this game? The only blunder I really saw was Tulowitzki getting off second too far, and I think it was the 9th inning and getting thrown out. But one misplay, I mean, for the Jays, that's pretty darn good. Let me know what you guys thought about the game, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night as the Jays look for the series win and a 3rd straight win. Let's keep it rolling. Talk to you guys then.